What's going on, Internet? Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Titans Return Voyager class Optimus Prime. Now, this mold is actually going to be used later on by most likely Triple Changer Octane. You'll see why here in a little bit. But overall, the look of the figure is quite good. The paint is pretty good. The overall coloring of the plastic is okay. It's the same gray that we had with the Leader class Optimus Prime, and the head sculpt is also quite good. We do have a different Titan Master this time, so there's that. He has these two pylons on the side of his head. You can push them down and give him a more classic Optimus head. This looks just as good as the other one, though a little thinner. Here we have the two Titan Master Optimus Prime heads. This one on the left is the one that comes with the Voyager class figure, and this one on the right is the one that comes with the Leader class figure. Now, the one thing I do find funny is the Leader class figure one appears to be the same one that's going to be introduced with Cup, or Deluxe class Cup, when he is released later this year, or later in 2017. I know it's funny, but I actually think the Leader class Optimus Prime head works better on this mold than the one it comes with. I just like it better. The Voyager class Optimus Titan Master does not work so well on the Leader class figure. It's just too darn tiny. I mean, it's ridiculously small. And yes, the helmet fits over it with no problems, but I think the helmet actually works better with this Titan Master than it does the other one. It actually looks more evil for some reason. Optimus comes with two accessories, the first of which is this nice yellow sword, and then the second of which is the gun that can fit the Titan Master. Now, for those eagle-eyed viewers who know what these resemble, they are pretty much 2016 versions of Transformers' original RID Scourge, or Black Convoy if you were a Car Robots fan. Very, very reminiscent of them. I have a feeling Takara is going to repaint this into Black Convoy. Optimus possesses some excellent posability. Head is not all the way posable, but has enough, very similar to Alpha Trion. Arms are on a series of swivels and hinges, 90-degree bend at the fist, elbow, no fist articulation, no torso articulation, plenty of articulation in the toes, in the knees, and in the legs. Now, major issue with my figure, and I seem to have a superpower for getting terrible figures, or at least terribly assembled figures. The pins on the shoulders and the hips, far, far too loose. Like, dangerously bad too loose. And also, the head wobbles quite a bit. The lack of good pins in a lot of the joints really worries me. I'm actually going to be picking up some Pledge again and seeing if I can fix this, because I actually genuinely like this figure. Prime's transformation is actually pretty cool. A little bit complicated, but I find it to be quite satisfying. First, remove the head and shove the pylons in. Then take the tops of the shoulder pads, turn them 180 degrees, grab the fists, and fold them down into the forearms, like so. Then come to the back of the figure, pull up on the rear part of what will be the plane, and just kind of flip that out to the side. Grab the chest piece and flip it up and over where the head was. Then come down to the legs, spread the legs, and push the hips as far back as they will go. You can see that there's a little bit of travel for the hips, so they move about maybe a centimeter or a quarter of an inch. Next, we'll come to the legs, flip the shins all the way around, but before we do that, fold the feet up into the inside of the shins and flip them up over the tops of the thighs, like so. Then reach in the inside of the legs and flip out the front of the jet. Now, when you do this, bring it almost all the way out and turn it 180 degrees and then fold it in. And there are these little pegs that act as heels that you want to get the front of the jet connected to. So flip it around, turn it around, flip it out, turn it around, and then sandwich it up against the side. And then we can push the legs together. And we grab these other sections that will form the rest of the fuselage of the plane and get them out of the way. So we just have to get these things snapped together. Oh, and the fronts as well. So there we go. Next, we could take the panels that we flipped up. Ooh, and I forgot to fold that toe up. And get everything situated. Flip these panels back, and they will peg into place on the just underneath the armpits of the robot mode and underneath these wing sections. With these pieces connected and then snapped into place in this little section underneath the yellow part of the back of the robot mode, fold out the wings, and then flip the wings around and start turning things so that everything can be lined up correctly. Because the wings should actually be up here as opposed to back here where I currently have them. To transform the wing correctly, simply grab the wing, fold it up, then turn the wing around and flip it around on its axis like that. And flip things around. And curse at yourself because you can't remember how to do things correctly. There we go. Then we will take fold the wings back up because I forgot a step. Take the front of the car or truck mode, fold it just underneath here, and then flip the shoulders back down and snap all of that into place. Like so. And these pins on the shoulders are incredibly tight, which is good. Which is, in all honesty, good. Now, there are little pegs underneath, right where my finger is, right there, that peg everything into place. And getting everything lined up is a little bit of a pain, but not too bad. Then we could come to the back tail wing, fold that up into place. Whoops. Those pylons have a tendency to pop out. Flip out the tail wing, and then fold the wings down. And I keep hitting the button, which is right here on the grill, to pop that out. And here we have the plane mode. I love this plane mode. It is so stupid. I love this plane mode. The wings are far too short for a plane of this style. It's very 60s jet. It really reminds me of that, and it works incredibly well. The only issue I have with this thing is the stickers, and these are stickers, these Autobot symbols, are abysmal. They are already falling apart and peeling off. I appreciate them being there, but they're not very good quality. Other than that, I think the figure's great in this mode. You can fit the gun and the sword onto the front of the figure, like so. I think that looks absolutely ridiculous, so I normally just leave that off to the side. The Titan Master can fit up easily in this yellow section, so you could just drop it into place. I'm not going to bother because that wastes too much time. Overall, I think the plane mode is silly. Yes, there are truck bits hanging off the back sides. I'm fine with that. It doesn't faze me. I just like it. I think it's a fun vehicle mode. Now we're going to get into transforming into the truck mode from the very excellent jet mode. I realize some of you might not like the jet mode, but I love it. This is a little bit weird because what we're going to do is effectively kind of untransform it a little bit and then tuck in parts of the plane. So we'll start off with the front of the truck mode. First off, fold up the tail wing and then flip down the chest piece, grab the tail wing and kind of flip it down like this. And then we can bring the truck modes around, or the front of the truck mode around, close it almost all the way up, and then push the tail wing down, and that will tuck in between the truck mode, or the front of the truck mode. And this you just have to kind of fiddle with a little bit, but you will be able to get it and then get everything pegged into place. However, it doesn't fully peg in up front, especially right here in the front of the truck mode. I don't know why. I'm not sure if it's something I'm doing wrong, which it probably is, or if it's a design flaw, but it doesn't stick together totally all the way. Not the biggest deal in the world. And then at the bottom, just flip up the chest so it hides underneath. Now for the back, because right now we have something very silly. For the back of the plane mode, we are first going to fold up the wings straight up, then open up the jet and flip down these sections. Don't worry, we will flip them back later. Split the legs open, then fold the front of the jet mode back to the way it was for robot mode. Come underneath and flip the shins back around, like so. And then this is where things get a little weird. We have to get the plane pieces folded up into the back. Now you would think that the plane pieces might snap together. They don't really. There are pegs there, but they don't line up well. And I thought, oh, well, maybe I have them backwards. I tried them the other way and it didn't really work. So these are supposed to snap back here. We get everything lined up correctly, and then close the tanker fuselage. Yeah, the tanker part back up, snap everything together, and hope everything holds together well. And there we have the tanker truck. And tanker truck works perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it except, again, the sticker issue that I mentioned earlier. It's especially bad on this side. Overall, I think the truck mode is perfectly fine. Again, you can mount the guns like that and the sword on the sides. There are 2 pegs up here where you can have a Titan Master stand like that, or the Titan Master can fit inside his little cave here. Otherwise, truck mode's fine. I think it's the least interesting of the 3 modes, but it's fine, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this in octane colors. Overall, Titan's Return Voyager Class Prime is pretty darn cool, and definitely worth picking up and having in your collection, though you might want to wait for an octane repaint. That will probably come later in 2017. I actually don't have really anything to complain about this figure except for 2 issues. The looseness in the joints, which I am going to try and fix, and there's no real good way to store the wings on the back. I figure that Octane will probably be painted such or molded such that you have the wings displayed like that, and then maybe have the shoulders folded up in a certain way. I don't know yet. We'll probably find out at Toy Fair in the beginning of 2017, so look forward to that. Again, overall, I think it's a fine figure and definitely worth having. So gang, thank you for watching this video review. As always, I'm Baltmatrix, asking you to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.